Will the arena split the player base of Escape from Tarkov in half, effectively making it so all your main game raids are dead with absolutely no PMCs to be found? This is one of the most vocalized concerns that I've heard over the past few days since the arena was announced, so let's talk about it. I am personally super excited about the arena being added to Escape from Tarkov, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. If you want to stay up to date with all the arena news as we get it from Battlestate Games, think about subscribing here. YouTube tells me that about 65% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you like the video and want to support the channel, think about hitting that sub button. But like we said, since the announcement trailer for the arena a few days ago, the community has reacted in a bunch of different ways. Some people super excited, some people bringing up some concerns. Some of those concerns are valid, some of those are a little more out there, but obviously people are worried about the development resources, who's working on what. We don't want the development resources to be pulled from the main game. The concern that this will eventually overtake the main game in something like an H1Z1 scenario, or Fortnite, how the Battle Royale ended up taking over completely the Save the World mode, or even is Tarkov made for an esports arena type thing? Is this going to work at all? Obviously, I can't speak to any of those. I'm not a game developer. I don't know how their resource management is. I don't know what their plans are going to be. I don't know how well it's going to work, but something I did want to talk about a little bit is one of the most common concerns that I've been getting is, will the arena split the player base and make Tarkov even more dead than it already is, quote unquote? And of course it could. There's a universe where more people like the arena than Tarkov and people migrate over that way. But if we are just kind of making up a random ending and then filling in the story of how we got there, then I can try that too, because I think it's just as likely that the arena could add players to Escape from Tarkov and actually make the original main game of Escape from Tarkov even more popular. We know that Escape from Tarkov is definitely not a small game. Whenever there's a wipe, they continually break records with literally hundreds of thousands of people playing the game after a wipe. Obviously, as the wipe progresses and the interest fades, a lot of those people leave. And throughout the wipe, we hear that those people leave for a bunch of different reasons. People jump in the middle of a wipe and think that it's too hard to learn the game when everybody already has gear. People stop playing the game because they can't progress as fast as other people and they keep getting stomped on by chads. People that have maybe done 5, 6, 7, 10 wipes and are just bored of the game and bored of that same quests over and over again. We hear about all these things, and the arena has the potential to actually help offset all of these things. People who played way back in the day and have just maybe taken some time off Tarkov could come back to check out the arena. It could rekindle what they loved about Tarkov, and they could end up playing Tarkov again. And if the old streamers that then come back and maybe check out the game again might bring their audiences with them and show them what Escape from Tarkov is. One of the things I hear all the time in my stream is that people stop playing around middle of the wipe because they can't keep up with the quote-unquote chads and all these people that just want PvP and they feel like they just keep getting stomped. Well, this is a PvP focused type thing, so a lot of those players might migrate over to the arena, and a lot of people that stop playing because they don't feel like they can compete might stay in the Escape from Tarkov game longer. I also think that having more things to do in this universe actually keeps people engaged in the universe longer. Regular people that maybe just fade out mid-wipe because they're tired of doing the quests or they don't know what to do, they have another way to engage. They can practice their skills, they can hop in the arena, and then maybe hop back into Escape from Tarkov and kind of bounce back and forth. I think having more things to do means that average players that maybe stop playing once they reach level 40 or stop playing once they complete a certain quest might extend their wipe cycle, extend playing the game to kind of engage with whatever new content, if there's seasons or if there's something like that. I think a lot of times the basis for this whole argument of it's going to split the player base and, you know, my raids are going to be more dead, we always use that dead raid number as like right before a wipe or right at the end. When new games have come out, a lot of people have stopped playing. The player count is maybe at the lowest that it will be at any point in the wipe, and then we use that number and we assume that the arena is going to take half of those people. We're going to have all these servers and it's going to be dead. One of the biggest reasons why I think this could be good for Tarkov, and I actually talk about this in one of my other videos, is I think it could be an on-ramp for new people to get into Escape from Tarkov. People buying into something more familiar, like an arena shooter that they've probably played their whole life, and then getting introduced to a more hardcore game is absolutely something that I can see happening. Hardcore still turns off hundreds of thousands of players. There are tens of millions of gamers worldwide, and I personally was not one that ever thought I would enjoy something this hardcore. Now, I was able to use Twitch and just watch people play it enough that kind of got me hooked that I wanted to do it, but there are probably tons of people who are interested or know of Tarkov or think it looks kind of cool, but the hardcore element of it just turns them off. Well, them on-ramping onto the arena, being able to play, being able to get used to the movement and the combat and seeing what makes Escape from Tarkov super fun, I don't think it's unreasonable to think that if tons of new players do that, that would be an on-ramp for a lot of those players to then want to check out Escape from Tarkov. Additionally, we don't know how it's going to work, but we know that they're going to link the games if you have Tarkov and if you have the arena, there's going to be some sort of linking there. If they do that right, there actually might be incentives to play both games. Maybe you get cosmetics in the arena if you play Tarkov and vice versa. So that could attract new people to Tarkov as well. And Tarkov has obviously already been on the radar of tons of huge streamers. Some of the biggest streamers in the world have played this game in the past. Some of them do on a regular basis. And something like this, I'm sure, is going to bring a lot of attention back to the game. And those people are going to bring their communities, and their communities are going to enter into the Tarkov universe through the arena. And I think that ends up being a net positive long-term for Escape from Tarkov. Now, obviously, nobody knows what's going to happen, and I'm not saying that this won't negatively affect the player base of Escape from Tarkov. It totally could. This totally could split the player base down the middle, and there's not enough players to support both games, and this is a really net negative on the whole thing. But I am just not too worried about it. Once again, if we're just making up a story and saying, well, this could be bad, I can just make up a story and say this could be good as well and have justifications for that. Now, I will say again that this has been their plan the entire time. They've been talking about the arena for like 4 or 5 years. Maybe it wasn't always a standalone game, and that could probably be a whole other video on if that's a good or bad thing. But either way, whether it would have been just a mode in Escape from Tarkov or a standalone game, if there's more than one way to engage in the Escape from Tarkov universe, then the argument could have been made that it can split the player base, and they have probably been thinking about this a lot longer than we have. I've been following this game for a really long time, and I've heard Nikita talk about Escape from Tarkov so much that I'm really just not worried about it consuming Escape from Tarkov, pulling dev resources away. He loves the hardcore genre. He loves the idea of making a game that's not for everybody. And he's made it a point across several podcasts, across several different topics, that he's completely unwilling to sacrifice his vision. So that's what I think. I'm not too worried about it. I'm excited about what the arena could mean. Does Battlestate Games hit it out of the park every single time? No, they definitely don't have the absolute best track record. The game has been in development for a really long time. But you know who else doesn't have a really great track record? That would be us, the community. Since I've been playing the game, medical animations were going to completely ruin the game. Having to pack your own mags in raid was going to completely ruin the game, and VoIP was going to completely ruin the game. And in my opinion, the game is in a great spot and is definitely not ruined. So I think at the end of the day, the point of this is that we don't know, and we're just going to have to wait and see. But I would love to hear what you think. Do you think the arena is going to be super fun, or it's going to be a terrible idea? Do you think it's going to split the player base down the middle and make Tarkov just full of dead raids? Are you planning on checking out the arena, maybe in the closed testing or as soon as it comes out? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like videos like this, like we said before, think about dropping a like on the video or subscribing to my channel here. I also stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch 6 days a week. All my links will be down below. I'd love to have you stop by and say hey. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.